So who here has ever fallen for potential? Fallen for somebody who you thought was amazing. You saw his profile, you had your heart skip a beat. You're like, oh my God, finally, a guy with a pulse, somebody who seems amazing. Many years ago, when I first got divorced and started dating, I fell for a guy over the phone and over his profile. And our first phone call was almost immediately after we connected online. Oh my God, I thought this guy was my perfect match. He was soulful, he was deep, he seemed like a great father, he was widowed, he just seemed like he had a great heart. And we started talking on the phone like every single day for hours and exchanging email after email after email. And we had made a date for maybe a week after our first phone call. And we liked each other so much, and we were so convinced that this was it, that we moved the date up by maybe 3 days. And we kept the second date because we were so sure that we were going to connect so deeply on the first date that we should keep both. Well, as you can imagine, and if you've heard this story already, you probably know what's going to happen. But we finally met, and it was so awful. He hardly had any pictures up on his profile, and in none of the pictures was he smiling. And I made a comment to him at one point, like, I don't see you smile. Do you have any teeth? And he said, a few. Yeah, well, his teeth were not just awful. They were the most horrific teeth I've ever seen. And I was so turned off by his look, by his smell, by everything about him in person that we could not connect. I had nothing to say to him anymore. It was just like somebody took a balloon and popped it and all the air came out. Well, that guy cured me of falling for potential. I realized that so much of what I wanted was what I was projecting onto him. And he just couldn't be that man for me. So many years passed, and a couple times that I've seen a profile and I've gotten excited, but I know now how to process. So the cure for falling for potential is slow down. I want you to be patient and observe as you get to know a man. And what are you looking for? You're looking for his must-haves. And you have to know what yours are. You have to know what those qualities are that you absolutely must have in a relationship. And I want, if you haven't done this work, name those 5 must-haves. They're absolutes, because if one is missing, it will not work. And know your red flags. So I was just listening to a podcast recently where the woman said this guy was fantastic. And she wanted to know if she should stay or go. And person coaching her asked her what were her must-haves, and one of them was trust, one was integrity, honesty. Well, this guy was not accountable, he wasn't honest. So, right away it's like it's a no-brainer. So before you start making excuses for men's bad behavior, know what it is that you must have and you must absolutely not have to be in a relationship. And make sure that he doesn't just seem amazing in his profile and through his texts, or even if you're connected on social media, which I usually recommend that you're not. But whatever you're seeing on the outside is not the whole picture, because anyone can say all the right things. Anyone can sweet talk you, and especially if you're vulnerable. It is so easy to be taken in by sweet words, by somebody saying, oh my God, I really have been looking for a woman like you my whole life. I really feel like this is it. Now, the right man is going to come along and eventually say that. But before we know each other, we don't know those things. So words mean nothing without follow-through and without consistent action. The only thing that counts is how a man shows up. over and over again. Actions and behavior always reveal the truth. So that is how you cure yourself for falling for potential. Once you see this person's not following through, you move on.